Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go over one of mine, if not my favorite techniques to catch bass on, and that's a jerkbait. Starting off with the rod, I use a Denali 6-foot 10-inch medium action. Now it says medium, but it feels more like a medium heavy, because about 3/4 down the rod, that's where it starts getting a bend in it. You start feeling the backbone of it. Typical medium action, it's like halfway, and I can't use medium for jerk baits because it feels too spongy, and it doesn't feel like I can snap the jerk bait to get it to do what I want. But I've always had better luck with the medium heavy. The reel is a Bass Pro Shops Carbon Light, 6:2-to-1 ratio. The line, my main line, is Power Pro Slick braided line. It's 10-pound test, and my leader is anywhere from 8 to 12 feet of 10-pound test Berkeley Trilene big game mono. Now the leader is so short that it's not going to have much stretch at all in the mono, and the braid is really what works the jerk bait. Now I use a lot of different jerk baits, but I have two favorites. Number one is the Megabass Vision 110. You just can't beat the action on it. Now the factory hooks, you have to replace them because they will bend out. They're just too small, too thin. And that's what I was throwing the last time I went, was the 110+1. Now here's the other Megabass that I have. I don't remember what name of that color is, but works good on Douglas. This is the 110+2. Go sexy. This is the Megabass Katana. And you see the +1. It's a lot bigger. This is for mainly, I throw this mainly on Chickamauga. So when you know you're around a bunch of big fish and you want to go for that bigger bite and not really a lot of bites, that's why I throw that. My second favorite is a 6 cents Provoke. I can't remember the name of this color, but it's got a purple back, kind of pearl sides on it. That works good on Douglas. And I just got this the other day. It's their DD Deep Diver. 6 cents Provoke DD. I ain't got to throw it yet. Some of the first ones that I started out throwing was a Rapala X-Wrap. And it works good. Caught a lot of fish on it. And the Lucky Craft Pointer. You can tell this thing's been used quite a bit. But there, right there, you can see the purple back, purple blue back. That's pretty much my go-to color. And then you got Strike King. If you want to go natural, realistic looking, they got the color for you. It's called Natural Shad. And they've got some other ones. More like a see-through, but got that purple haze on it. Now to what I think is the most important part of the jerkbait setup, and that is your line. If you have a flimsy rod, you can make up for it with braided line. Braided line has no stretch, and it's going to make your jerkbait work with just the slightest twitch. So And the way to retrieve your jerkbait, I do the same retrieve all the time, all year long. Just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So the first two is just a little side to side, and then the third is a really wide. Then the next two, little one, and the second one is a wide one. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Then you just keep doing it. Now the pause, you can just have to figure it out what the fish want that day, but I usually don't work it really slow. Even in the winter time, I don't work it slow. It's a reaction bait. If they're going to bite it, they're going to bite it. And if you wait there too long, they might get too good of a look at it and decide they don't want to bite it. So, slack line. You want, when you jerk it, you want to point the rod tip back towards the jerkbait. So when you do that, you pop it and then you point it back, and look what it does. Creates slack in the line. So when you point it back at it, that slack right there allows the jerkbait to go farther before it tightens up. Okay, so you jerk it and you don't point it back. It just goes back, it doesn't do a wide turn before the line gets tight, because you've got 50, 100 feet of line out there. So jerk, 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 and that last jerk is the hardest one, and you point it back towards the jerkbait the farthest, the most slack. So third jerk, most slack, look how far it can go out. 1, 2, it doesn't go out. 1, 2, 3, create that slack and it can go way out. Now, that is the most important part of your jerkbait setup, is the braided line. You don't have to really twitch it that hard to get that bait to work. And if you're having trouble with your rhythm, just do the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then start it over again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But always on the third pop it a little bit harder, and on the second pop it a little bit harder. Because when you're doing your stop and you're letting it sit there for a second before you start it again, that's I'd say 80% of the time, that's when they're going to hit it as on that last pop, and it's sitting still for just a second, then they're going to grab it. Because when you go to pop it again, they're going to be on there. So just remember, you want to create slack in your line when you're working it to get the right action out of the lure. No slack, it can't turn. Slack, it can turn. Do it again. You jerk it and you don't point the rod tip back, it can't turn. You jerk it and you put the rod tip back, it can turn. That's the main thing you need to remember when fishing jerkbait. Always point it back towards the lure after you jerk it. So pop, 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 pop. So that's my jerkbait setup and how I fish it pretty much all year long. Spring, summer, fall, winter. If I'm fishing a jerkbait, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And it's the same rhythm. I don't let it sit for long. And if you watch my videos, you can see it. I work it pretty fast. And even in the winter time, I don't let it sit there. I said it's a reaction lure. They're hitting it out of reaction. If you let them sit for too long, they might change their mind. Just keep it moving. You can slow it down in the winter time, but don't crawl it. So hopefully that helps you out. And next time you're out there on the water and you want to throw a jerkbait, just get you some braided line, mono leader, no more than 12-foot long leader. Depending on how tall you are, you know, if you're 6 foot, 6.5 foot tall, then you might need a 7.2 rod. But for us average size guys, 6'10" is good for me. Medium heavy. You just don't want that tip. You don't want that rod to bend in the middle of the rod. You want it to bend out close to the tip. That way you can have better action. And let's do that. If you get a Vision 110, change the hooks out. You'll thank me later. But those 6 cents provokes, you don't have to change nothing on those. They're ready to go right out of the box. And that's it. That's all I got. Hope it helps you. If it does, leave a comment. Let me know. I'd appreciate it. And if you haven't done it already, hit that like and subscribe button. I just passed 700 subscribers. So I only got about 300 more, so I can start making some gas money for the boat. Till next time, tight line.